Good afternoon. I'm Skip Newberry, President and CEO of the Technology Association of Oregon, joined by our Chief Community Engagement Officer, Kara Snow. Before we kick off this year's program, we want to acknowledge that this has been a difficult year for so many people, including here in Oregon and Southwest Washington. While we're about to celebrate the achievements of our tech community, our hearts go out to all of those who've been impacted by the wildfires. In a year dominated by a global health crisis, an economic recession, and a long overdue call for racial equity, it can be hard to see the positive in anything. While not perfect or fully evolved by any means, our innovation economy gives us hope for a better future. Celebrating your successes this year is an opportunity for all of us to acknowledge the silver lining of the current situation. Now back to that pandemic. We're coming at you live and socially distant in a studio in Northeast Portland as we present the 36th Annual Oregon Tech Awards. As you can see, we're in the same room, maintaining a safe distance per Oregon health and safety regulations. And Kara, I like your fashion sense. It's very 2020.
Thank you, Skip. I like that you also decided to leave your house wearing your A-game athleisure wear. We are super lucky to have Nike as a TAO member supporting the tech community. Big thanks to Nike's tech and innovation team for these sweet kicks and the fab clothes. It's our honor to be the MCs for this afternoon's event and to welcome you to our first ever online tech awards. We are very excited to celebrate the accomplishments of so many Oregon and Southwest Washington companies. Celebrate with our 2020 Sam Blackman Award winner, Peggy Miller, Lifetime Achievement Award recipient, Eric Rosenfield, and to carry on our association theme of resilience with Ashley Amons and Jeff Barr during their keynote remarks. It's now my pleasure to introduce our presenting sponsors, Eric Turner, Managing Director with JLL, and Angela Dowling, President of Regents Blue Cross Blue Shield of Oregon.
Hello, I'm Eric Turner, Market Director of JLL Portland, and I'm honored to welcome you all here to the virtual 36th Annual Oregon Technology Awards. This has been a challenging year, and I want to thank each and every one of you for being flexible and coming together virtually to celebrate the strong and connected technology community that we are all a part of, and to lift up and recognize those individuals and companies who are making an impact in our region and in the world. The past 6 months have shifted our paradigm in every way. This evolving global pandemic has forced us all to manage prolonged uncertainty. We're dealing with human performance challenges and trying to manage anxiety and cognitive fatigue at work, while in some cases also being a parent, school teacher, and spouse. The paradox of being physically away from each other, yet in some ways being more connected, has forced us to shift the way we think about work. There is no doubt that this pandemic is acting as an accelerant for change, and technology is enabling and enhancing that change. JLL is working with executive leadership teams around the globe to reimagine the future of work. And your local team in Portland has always been and always will be an avid supporter of our technology community. We stand ready to help you and your company with anything you need as we navigate this new normal. In closing, I want to offer my congratulations to two wonderful people, Eric Rosenfeld of Oregon Venture Fund for his Lifetime Achievement Award, and Peggy Miller of Packstar for receiving the Sam Blackman Award. I also want to offer a huge congratulations to all of our finalist companies in our 10 award categories. We are continuously impressed with the quality of people and the generous and innovative culture that defines our region. Thank you for all the work you do to strengthen the technology innovation economy in Oregon.
Hello and welcome to the 2020 Oregon Technology Awards. I'm Angela Dowling, President of Regents Blue Cross Blue Shield of Oregon, and we are honored to return for our second year as the presenting sponsor of this celebration. 2020 has provided the world with unprecedented challenges, but a bright spot has been how technology has enabled us to bridge physical distancing and maintaining our professional and personal connections. As Oregon's largest health insurance company, Regence has worked hand in hand with providers to adapt to COVID by enabling safe, convenient telehealth services. And as a result, telehealth services have increased by more than 5,000%. And tens of thousands of Oregonians have experienced this transformational healthcare experience firsthand. At Regence, we're hard at work on the next evolution that will make your healthcare journey more seamless, simple, and affordable. On behalf of our employees, I'd like to congratulate all of today's accomplished finalists, and in particular, our distinguished individual honorees, Peggy Miller and Eric Rosenfeld. Thank you for making Oregon a more dynamic state to live, work, and play. And now, on with the show.
Thank you, Eric and Angela, for those wonderful welcomes and for being such great partners with the region's tech community. It seems like so long ago that our volunteer committees determined the finalists and winners and participated in our annual finalist balloon delivery. We are so appreciative of their hard work on our behalf, and we want to acknowledge the extraordinary volunteers who effortlessly coordinate the many moving parts of the Tech Awards. This year has not been without its challenges for area tech companies, but there have also been some really notable achievements. ZoomInfo had a massive IPO in June in the midst of a pandemic. Companies such as BrightMD, Collective, Onboard Dynamics, MindCurrent, and many others successfully raised money in challenging times. Ongoing M&A activity has definitely taken place, such as Effectual's acquisition of 5Talent, Mammoth HR's acquisition of ThinkHR, and Kuna's acquisition of Mirador, to name just a few. The demand for talent has also been dynamic, with some companies doing layoffs, while many more companies continue to grow and add headcount. Despite plenty of market volatility, our members continue to innovate and adapt to new environments. We've seen our tech companies push for social change and engage in thoughtful conversations around racial equity throughout our industry. And our tech ecosystem has stepped up during every crisis this year, from producing more personal protective equipment to helping to support schools in terms of bridging the digital divide by providing more education equipment. For example, CBT Nuggets and Sheer ID replacing 250 Chromebooks at Mackenzie High School in Lane County, Ruby Receptionist GoFundMe campaign, and donations by companies like AT&T. We've also had a number of companies donate software products to enable small businesses to stay open safely during COVID. A big round of virtual applause for all of our members for their resilience and continued support of the community. I'd like to raise my can, sparkling Oregon Rosé. May the challenges of 2020 only continue to strengthen the regional tech community. Cheers. Don't forget to tweet throughout tonight's event using hashtag ORTechAwards20 and follow us at Tech Oregon. Ashley Amons is no stranger to the TAO community. For 2 years now, we've been using her product, Mixtros, to create impactful networking opportunities at our in-person events and now also at our virtual events. Prior to co-founding Mixtros with her mother, Carrie Schrader, Ashley established a career as an events producer herself, working with an impressive list of A-listers, including Oprah Winfrey, Leonardo DiCaprio, and Jay-Z, as well as legacy brands like Moet Hennessy and Coca-Cola. Ashley and her mother were named Powerful Women by Entrepreneur Magazine on their inaugural list in November 2019. She is the 38th Black woman to raise over $1 million in pre-seed funding. It's now my pleasure to welcome to the Oregon Technology Awards, Ashley Amons.
Hello, everybody. So wait, I am here. I hear that I am online. I am here. I wish that I could see all of your beautiful faces, but guess what? This is 2020 and resilience is the word. Pivot is also the next word. So I am here to talk resilience with you. Doing that, I'm going to go through a little bit of my journey. You just heard my bio, so I think that you guys understand that I'm a bit resilient, but I want to dig into that a little bit deeper and tell you a little bit about how we've navigated not just 2020, but everything that came before. The other thing that I want to say before I start off is Oregon. We are really we're thinking of you all, praying for you all here from Alabama while you guys are going through the fires. We just went through the floods over here, so please also send your thoughts to us as well. Again, 2020 is a lot. So to get started, and I'm like, and hopefully all my software will work with me. There we go. So to get started, I like to define things because I like to know exactly what we're talking about. So when I looked up this definition, the definition for resilience is actually the capacity to recover quickly from difficulties or toughness. So that is the thing that we're going after right now. And so as we got into 2020, do y'all remember when we thought that this was going to be the defining moment of 2020? This very sad moment we thought would be the thing in 2020. It's like, oh my gosh, 2020 was the year that Kobe Bryant passed away. But then instead, we moved on to this, and this is the reality that we're living in today. This and so much more. The world is polarized by so many things, and then this is my own interpretation of what we're going through in 2020, as you can see, month to month. So currently, we are going through two pandemics. There are two pandemics going on. One is around Black lives, the other is around coronavirus. And no matter where you stand on either, we are feeling them both. And then at the same time, we're going through the things that are going on in our personal lives. So again, resilience is a common theme for us all, no matter where you stand. But what I want to take a moment to do is go through entrepreneurship and what being an entrepreneur has been like for me, going through these two pandemics simultaneously, but then everything else that led up to that as well. And so to do that, I have to take it back a bit. I have to take it back a bit so you can understand all the things that had to fall into place for me to become an entrepreneur in today's day and age. So this actually starts back at the Great Migration. And I know you guys are thinking, oh my gosh, is she about to go into a history lesson? I'm not, but this will make sense in a moment. So what you're looking at here is, this is a plantation house. This house is 2 hours from where I currently sit in Birmingham, Alabama. Why does this matter? It matters because this is where my family was enslaved. And so my family was enslaved here for generations. And to get me, Ashley Ammons, in 2020 on the road to being an entrepreneur, here's what had to happen. My grandparents had to get out of Alabama and they fled north, as so many African Americans did during the time. And they went to Detroit and then they went to Cleveland. And in doing that, they were able to find economic opportunity. And in that economic opportunity, when they were starting to build wealth for themselves, or a level of wealth for themselves, they were able to put 4 children through college. And by doing that, they set my mom and myself up for a layup. So this was step 1 in Ashley becoming an entrepreneur today. Following that comes my life. So you guys have heard my bio, so let me just give you the quick and dirty on my life from a different perspective. So something that I did not know that I've always had is privilege. And so I think in the news and everything that's going on today, there has been a lot of discussion around white privilege. Everyone wants to talk about that. But I'm going to talk to you about Black privilege because I think it's something that we don't talk about as often. So I am a Black person that has privilege. Your colleagues, your coworkers, people who are in your immediate circle, they're likely Black people who have had privilege as well. And that privilege comes in a lot of different forms. One of the reasons that I do have privilege, I've noticed over the course of this journey, is because I uphold the majority status quo. Nothing about me is very challenging. I have a speaking voice that allows me to fit in anywhere I go. You know, I even have freckles, y'all. So like, I'm not going to challenge your status quo, but this comes from a very early part of my life. As you can see there, that's my family. And so I am from a blended family, all races, cultures, which is wonderful because it taught me early on the value of being able to connect with anyone. And just a side note on my family, that photo looks staged, but we actually do line up in ombre order every time we take a family photo. I have no idea why. But the privilege really begins when my mom marries my stepfather. So that's my stepfather there. But then what happens is my mom's career takes off and my stepfather actually retires. So I've always had a Black woman in my life, very near and dear to me, who was the primary breadwinner in the household. So I've always had an example of what that's supposed to look like, seeing a Black woman soar. A lot of Black women don't have that in their immediate circle. So I have. So then as I move on to my education, again, we went back to the Great Migration, which my grandparents set my mom up for a layup, and then my mom set me up for a layup, no pun intended. I was able to attend a private liberal arts school in Cleveland, Ohio. My parents paid for my college tuition in full. Because of that, I was able to be very involved on my campus. And because of that involvement, I serendipitously got an internship directly with LeBron James for 2.5 years. Most Black women, while they're in college, they're not able to pursue internship opportunities because they need to work to support college or to support the household. So again, that was another layup that was passed down to me generationally. And then for the record, only 25% of Black women have 4-year college degrees, which I do, another thing of privilege. And then as I go on to my work life, I moved to New York City right after college. The reason that I was able to do this and be making like $38,500 in New York City and actually live was because I had no debt from my college education because my parents paid for it, and also my parents were financially savvy and they gave me stock to cash out to support me in New York for the first little bit so I could see if I can make it. Because of all that, I was able to hustle in New York, grow from an executive assistant to director of events within 5 years. And by the time I was in my late 20s, I was making way north of 6 figures. And then, as you see here, single Black women in the United States, their median wealth is less than $100. And these are single Black women without children, which I am. If I had a child, my median wealth would be around zero. So again, this is the context backing me up. All these things had to fall into place for me, an African American female in 2020, to be able to play entrepreneur. And the reason for that is entrepreneurship today is a sport for the elite, and that's what we're looking to change. So as I was going through this presentation, I started looking up startup timelines, and here's what I kept finding over and over. So this is a very arbitrary startup timeline, and what it's showing me is between R&D and you're starting to really grow and become established as a company, it should take 3 years. And so when I was looking at this, I could not figure out if it was a tragedy or if it was a comedy, because that is not quite the story that I know. For me, here's what entrepreneurship looks like. Entrepreneurship looks like I've been in Mixtros 2015 to 2020, and I'm still at this refinement stage. And the reason for that is, as a person of color going through the process of a startup today, in a world that's not sure that you should be doing that yet, it feels like you're running a race, but it's like running the 100-meter dash, but you have a 10-minute delay. 100-meter dash isn't that long, but you seriously have a 10-minute delay. And something to illustrate this is, it took my mom and I between 2015 and 2018 to raise that $1 million that we did. And when we raised it, we were like, oh, this is growth capital. In actuality, it was foundational capital, because when it takes you that long to raise money, you then have to go back and put foundation behind hustle. You have to build your process, or you have to build your company again from the bottom up with a foundation that is sound so that you can scale in the correct way. So now, knowing that, it makes sense that founders of color are always trailing their peers. Until we can get funding at the same rate as everyone else, that will continue. But I think that is what we are here to change. So what I believe now is that the work that I'm doing, the work that my mom is doing, the work that other colorful founders are doing in the US, it's not necessarily for our businesses today. Like, yes, we want our businesses to succeed. We're all hustlers, sure. But what we're actually doing is we are setting the groundwork for tomorrow. We are setting the groundwork not just so people of color can be entrepreneurs in greater numbers, but so access is equitable. That's the real work that we're doing today. And of course, I have an illustration of that. So I defined resilience at the start of this, but now after thinking about it further and what the journey has been like specifically in 2020, I understand, and I'm sorry, y'all, these slides are advancing on their own, but anyway, but now I understand that resilience is understanding that life prepares you for what is prepared for you. And here's what I mean by that. So at the top of 2020, we were doing pretty good. After 2019 was really our year of getting foundationally sound, growing a team, refining and relaunching our technology, also customer acquisition. In 2020, we were off to the races. But then in March, overnight, our entire market was decimated, literally decimated, gone. Live events didn't exist anymore. But because we have always done more with less, those 4 years we went without funding, we already knew what to do. We needed to pull back on some things and accelerate on other things. So we got our virtual feature to market within just a few months. So by May, we were to market, we had pre-sold the product, and then we grew 300% between Q2 and Q3. And I kid you not, today, we secured a lead investor for our current round. So what that leads me to on resilience is no matter what you are going through right now, personally, professionally, or otherwise, stay the course. The course is what's preparing you for what is already prepared for you. So however you take this message, just stay the course. We've already made it. We're almost 10 months into 2020. And I truly believe that we can cross that finish line. So what I will leave you all with, as I offer congratulations for all of you who are up for awards tonight, is a quote by the late and great Chadwick Boseman. So I don't know what your future is, but if you are willing to take the harder way, the more complicated one, the one with more failures at first than successes, the one that's ultimately proven to have more victory, more glory, then you will not regret it. It is your time. And the last thing that I would like to say before I throw it back to the team is the Tech Association of Oregon is the ally that all businesses of color need. And I could do a whole TED Talk on that. So if you guys want further details on that, let me know. But I thank you, and greetings everybody from Birmingham.
Thank you so very much, Ashley. Though we would have loved to have you here in person, it was a joy to see you virtually. All right, before we start handing out awards, I would like to again thank our presenting sponsors, JLL and Regents, for supporting our virtual event. I would also like to thank our other amazing sponsors, Autodesk, Catalyte and Puppet, AWS, First Tech Federal Credit Union, Perkins & Coie, and Tonkin Torp. Archivist,
Hi, I'm Mohan Nair.
Delta Airlines, JP Morgan, LPC West, Gullah-Gramillion Group at Morgan Stanley, Roth Capital Partners, Stoll Reeves, Silicon Valley Bank, and Vantage Point Advisors. These are our amazing patron sponsors featured on the screen. And now, what you've all been waiting for, let's get the show started with our Lifetime Achievement Award, which is sponsored by Tonkin Torp. I'm delighted to introduce our co-presenting sponsor from Cambia Health Solutions, Senior Vice President and Chief Innovation Officer, Mohan Nair.
Hi, I'm Mohan Nair, Senior Vice President and Chief Innovation Officer for Cambia Health Solutions. You know, for 36 years, the Oregon technology community has honored a technology executive for contributions in the greater business community for their support in the tech industry with the Lifetime Achievement Award. It is my honor to introduce the honoree for 2020, but just remind you that in 2017, Tinker Hatfield, the Nike visionary, was awarded the Lifetime Achievement Award last year. Eric Rosenfeld is our fourth-generation Oregonian and a former entrepreneur who co-founded the Oregon Venture Fund. Rosenfeld co-founded the Oregon Venture Fund with a mission to accelerate the virtuous cycle of local wealth creation and reinvestment that spawns the new growth companies and jobs in Oregon. Eric has worked tirelessly to drive and shape the Oregon economic future through his support of startups based in Oregon and in Southwest Washington. he has been tireless in also creating a culture of investment and a culture of listening investment, where he has participated with various teams to co-relate and co-innovate with our community. With the backing of the Oregon's business and technology leaders, universities and foundations, the Oregon Venture Fund and its investors have invested, counted, $98 million and with 64 startups across Oregon, and have grown to collectively employ over 4,200 people who are socially distancing and wearing masks at this very time. 44% of these startups were founded and or led by women and entrepreneurs of color. I honor him with this message and thank him for his contributions to our community. It is my pleasure to introduce Eric Rosenfeld.
Really comes down to three values. One is work hard, study hard, and three, contribute to your community. Well, I feel very fortunate to have been born and raised in Portland and to have benefited from all that Oregon has to offer. We started our very first venture fund in 2004, and when it was time to start a second fund, we realized that there was an opportunity to think about venture capital differently, to innovate on the model and take advantage of the technologies that were becoming available, like Web 2.0, to create a modern version of venture capital, and that became the Oregon Venture Fund. And our first venture fund launched in 2007.
Some of Eric's primary strengths are his patience and his desire to help. Through the Oregon Venture Fund, they might fund one company out of 20 or 30 that apply, but he will get active with the other companies that don't make the cut and try to help them get to the next level. And that's, I believe, because he really does care. He really does want to see these entrepreneurs succeed, and he understands that that's good for Oregon and good for the society as a whole.
Eric is a giver without expectations, and it really helped me kind of rethink how to do business and how to live my life. And this idea of giving first without expectations not only feels good, is kind, it helps build relationships. It's actually a very winning strategy, and that's just classic Eric. He's found a way to live by his values and high integrity and be a giver and also be very successful at the same time.
Eric has a really unique way of leading in this community. He does so with gentle nudging and enthusiasm, kind of pushing from behind rather than being out in front of everyone. And I think it says a lot that he's been able to bring so many investors into this mix with Oregon Venture Fund. It speaks to his ability to include people and make it fun.
My dad is super hardworking, and something I've realized as I've gotten older is he works so hard because he cares so much. And something that I really appreciate about my dad is how intrinsically motivated he is. One of my favorite things about my dad is how he can be both very serious and hardworking and take his work very seriously, but at the same time, he can be super goofy and funny and playful. And I think that's made him a great dad to my siblings and I know it's also made him a great leader in his career as well.
He is an enabler in the very best sense of the word. My sense is that he does not tend to, toward a dictatorial style or to tell entrepreneurs exactly how to do things, but really give them the best of who they already are and allow them to live up to their full potential by enabling new ideas and new technologies, new industries and approaches. He's really contributed tremendously to the success of the Oregon venture community.
Really think about your relationship and who you want to be collaborating with, because everything you do in the world is going to be collaborative. And you're going to work for a team, lead a team, be a part of an organization. Who do you want to bring with you in that journey? And then also think not necessarily about what you are most interested in, but think about what you want to contribute. I believe people who are most successful think of it as a calling. How can I make the world a better place? What can I do? What can my distinctive contribution be to make the world better?
I want to say thank you and congratulations.
Congratulations, Eric.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Dad. I'm super proud of you.
For his impact and influence on the local community and the regional technology community specifically, it is my honor to be the first to congratulate the recipient of the 2020 Lifetime Achievement Award, Eric Rosenfeld. For his impact and influence on the local community and the
Great, thank you so much. I am really humbled. I thank you, TAO, for this incredible honor. Ashley, I'm thinking about your words. Thank you for sharing your inspiring story. Skip and all the amazing staff and volunteers at TAO, thank you for your support of Oregon's innovation economy and entrepreneurs. Oregon is becoming a better place to start and grow tech ventures because of the good work of the Technology Association of Oregon. Thank you. The Oregon Venture Fund is very grassroots in origin and nature. It was created by our community, for our community. Therefore, I'd like to think this award is really in recognition of the OVF community, which is comprised of hundreds of investors, entrepreneurs, and organizational partners, many of which are here today, including and especially TAO. What we've accomplished together. This award should recognize my talented and fearless partners on the OVF management team. Originally my lifelong friend and OVF co-founder, Bob Ward, and now Lynn Fletcher, Scott Sandler, Matt Compton, John Maroney, Julianne Brands, and Mary Geyer. You've also dedicated your lives and livelihoods to growing the Oregon Venture Fund with me. It's a privilege to be your partner in this grand journey. Some of you know my wonderful wife, Tiffany. Thank you to Tiffany and our kids, Claire, Layton, and Ben. You've suffered through many nightly dinner table conversations about what makes a scalable business model or an effective go-to-market strategy. The success that we've enjoyed as a fund is entirely attributable to the entrepreneurs we've been fortunate to support. You are harvesting energy from ocean waves. You're reducing the cost of doctor visits. You are enabling remote work and collaboration. You're making online learning more accessible, more engaging, and more effective. You're producing saliva-based rapid tests for COVID. You're manufacturing vaccines for COVID. You are creating local jobs and local wealth. You are inventing the future, and you're doing it right here in Oregon. In 2006, when we proposed creating a collaborative, community-based, Oregon-focused venture fund, frankly, the idea was met with a fair bit of skepticism. First of all, you can't bootstrap a venture fund with just $1 million in capital. The economics don't pencil. Some lawyers said our collaborative model posed too much liability. And accountants thought our annual venture as a service subscription model too administratively complex. Some thought our geographic focus on Oregon too narrow, that we wouldn't find enough fundable startups. Others said, you can't raise money in Oregon. There are only a few people with deep pockets. And unfortunately, they have short arms. Nevertheless, we followed the lean startup playbook and we bootstrapped and got to where we are today. I'll close with thanking you again, TAO, for this incredible honor. I'm truly humbled. Thank you.
Congratulations, Eric. And also, I just wanted to recognize Mohan for really being the perfect introduction to that segment. I don't know if you all caught it, but he was a He was a disruptor and entrepreneur in his own right. Did you see how he Zoom bombed Kara, with his video? That was awesome. We're honored to be joined tonight throughout the ceremony by representatives from community partners of the TAO, who will be announcing our finalists and winners in each of our company award categories. I want to say thank you to the Blueprint Foundation, Connected Lane County, Free Geek, Lake Grove Job Seekers, ORTOP, PDX WIT, Portland Workforce Alliance, Portland Youth Builders, TechStart, and Workforce Southwest Washington for being a part of our awards ceremony this afternoon. Now on to the company awards.
Hi, my name is Tiffany Toe, and I'm a senior at Catlin Gable. I'm a first robotics competition Dean's List winner, and I'm here representing ORTOP, or the Oregon Robotics Tournament and Outreach Program. I've been involved with ORTOP for more than 9 years. It aims to provide educational opportunities in STEM, especially robotics, to students from kindergarten to 12th grade. It is an honor to be with you today to announce the finalists and winner in the pre-revenue category. The finalists are Suzanne, a food preparation management software for restaurants and commercial kitchens with single or multiple locations. Stack, a new platform that aligns engineering leaders and engineers to level the playing field, remove bias, increase transparency, introduce authenticity, and produce happier, healthier engineers and the teams they are part of. Toolbelt, which connects general contractors and subcontractors through projects on its platform and allows them to communicate with their team, post projects, find workers, and manage their portfolio of projects. Congratulations to all of the finalist companies, and the winner is Toolbelt.
Hey everybody, this is Josh. I'm CEO hi, I'm Josh. I'm CEO and co-founder of Toolbelt. It's really great to receive this award. I'm really humbled to be a part of such a great community here at TAO. Thank you guys for putting on this event. I just want to kind of start off by saying, it's been a journey. At first, it started from an idea in 2019, and then I was raising capital, and I met my co-founder, Ross Barbieri. And, after a couple of times going out, he's like, all right, I'm going to jump back in the saddle with you. And so I was, at the time, I didn't know how fortunate I was to really have him as a co-founder and partner. And so it went from idea all the way to rolling out in the Portland market. And it went fantastic. And so I was really excited for, the Portland community. I can't really explain enough, how supportive everybody in the community has been, from the investment side. It's kind of like there's a lot of parallels from the actual construction side, because you rely on your network, right? And it takes a collaborative effort if you're in the contracting industry to build a house. And, I think there's a lot of parallels when building a business that, you need a strong support system and ecosystem. And I found that, with the Oregon tech community. So it started, there's a lot of people I really want to thank, and I hope I don't leave anybody out, but I want to kind of start off by thanking, obviously Ross, who really kind of helped bring this out of the water with me. But I want to thank Cascade Siege Fund. Julie and Robert are really top shelf people. They've just really pushed us, to really think about our business and how we're going to bring it to market, how we're going to bring it successful, and how we're going to bring it out of pre-revenue, which we have. So when we were nominated with the category, we were there, but our investors have been extremely supportive, in that process. I also want to thank Nit and Rai. Early on, he was the first investor in the Portland community to believe in me. And I can't really think enough how hard he really pushed me early on to really think about everything from go to market strategy, crawl, walk, run, and really use a lot of the principles that we still use today to build this business. I also want to thank PSF. They were one of the, again, kind of like Elevate Capital, that came in around the same time. They really stood behind us early on, because building a marketplace, for those of you that don't know what we do, I probably should have started with that. But again, we connect, we solve the skilled labor problem, and building a marketplace is extremely hard, and it takes a lot of buy-in. And they trusted in the process that we had, and it went fantastic. I also want to thank a couple other people. So we have the Bellingham Angel Group. They support us as well. I want to thank our team, a fantastic team. We wouldn't be able to do this without our team. So I also want to thank our industry partners, Sherwin-Williams and Beacon Building Products. It's gone really well. And so, I'm really humbled to receive this award, and I wish I could be there in person to meet you guys all tonight, but I guess Zoom will have to do for now. So thank you guys very much, and look forward to talk to you guys more.
Hello, I'm Wade Hopkins, the Technology Program Manager at Portland Youth Builders. Portland Youth Builders provides education, vocational training, and leadership development to youth between the ages of 17 and 24 who have not completed high school and are facing significant barriers to success. It's an honor to be with you today to announce the finalists and the winner in the emerging category, sponsored by Vantage Point Advisors. The finalists are Eclipsium, the leading enterprise firmware and hardware protection platform, providing a new layer of security to protect laptops, servers, and network devices from firmware attacks. Koan, a modern goal management platform providing organizations with visibility, transparency, and accountability needed to build alignment and achieve their goals. NurseGrid, which exists to create technologies that take care of nurses because they take care of us. Congratulations to all the finalist companies. And the winner is Eclipsium.
Hello, my name is Don Ramsey, a job seeker that participates in the Lake Grove Job Seekers Group. Lake Grove Job Seekers program offers individual mentoring plus group instruction and support in all aspects of the job search. Open to any in the Portland metro area, this program is available to all who are out of work and seeking employment, or to those seeking a new career direction. It's an honor to be with you today to announce the finalist and winner in the Rising Star category, sponsored by Archivist Capital. And the finalists are Four Eyes, a sales intelligence platform that collects data from disparate sources, bringing it together and making it visible to improve the sales experience for everyone, enterprise-wise. Laura DiCarlo, who helps to create a sexually equitable world where all genders and sexualities are met with innovative and thoughtful tools to serve on their path to pleasure. Rentec Direct, a property management software that provides landlords, property managers, and investors a complete suite of online tools and features to efficiently manage their rental properties, tenants, and financial accounts. Congratulations to all the finalist companies. And the winner is Four Eyes.
Congratulations to Eclipsium and Four Eyes. You can imagine that this virtual world is a little bit like when Skip announces somebody winning and then they have to walk through the whole Oregon Convention Center to get on stage. So we're going to invite y'all to do your applause in your house, the slow clap, the loud clap, the round, whatever you think is appropriate. And we are going to find our winners to come and say a few words of thanks. Skip, anything you want to add?
Nope, that's it.
Perfect.
Thanks for your patience, everyone.
Awesome. This is amazing. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. I hope you and yours are staying well and safe. I'd like to thank the Technology Association of Oregon, not only for recognizing Eclipsium with this award, but also for all you do for Oregon technology community. You foster the kind of growth and innovation that makes it so attractive for companies. This is amazing. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. I hope you and yours are staying well and safe. And during these uncertain times, I'd like to thank the Technology Association of Oregon, not only for recognizing Eclipsium with this award, but also for all you do for. I'd like to thank our employees. You foster the kind of employees who have been innovation from their homes. It's so attractive for companies. This is amazing. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. I hope you and yours are staying well and safe. And during these uncertain times, I'd like to thank the Technology Association of Oregon. Thirdly, I'd like to thank our investors, including Madrona Venture Group, Intel, and Andreessen Horowitz for your ongoing support of Eclipsium. You've recognized our vision from day one, and your guidance has been invaluable to me and my co-founder Alex and our entire company. And finally, I'd like to thank my wife Natalia, my son Max, and my close friends. Every startup founder knows the ups and downs that come with making their vision a reality, and you're my support on this journey. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Don Ramsey, a job seeker that participates in the Lake Grove Job Seekers Group. Lake Grove Job Seekers program offers individual mentoring plus group instruction and support in all aspects of the job search. Open to any in the Portland metro area, this program is available to all who are out of work and seeking employment, or to those seeking a new career direction. It's an honor to be with you today to announce the finalist and winner in the Rising Star category, sponsored by Archivist Capital. And the finalists are Four Eyes, a sales intelligence platform that collects data from disparate sources, bringing it together and making it visible to improve the sales experience for everyone, enterprise-wise. Laura DiCarlo, who helps to create a sexually equitable world where all genders and sexualities are met with innovative and thoughtful tools to serve on their path to pleasure. Rentech Direct, a property management software that provides landlords, property managers, and investors a complete suite of online tools and features to efficiently manage their rental properties, tenants, and financial accounts. Congratulations to all the finalist companies. And the winner is Four Eyes.
Hey, everybody. Thank you so much. First of all, I want to give a big congratulations to Tao for hosting this event. This is a wonderful event, and I think we can all appreciate that the virtual nature of this creates some bugs, so they're fun, they're exciting when they happen. So let's keep making mistakes and learn from them. I want to thank my team. Obviously, building a company is a team sport, and I couldn't do it without them. So, you know, we're an unusual company in that we're a software and data company. We're self-funded in the sense that we have a service organization and parents that has really helped to fund us. So we couldn't do anything without their money and influence. So thank you very much. And lastly, I just want to say, you know, we are an Oregon company. It's unusual because most of our clients are not in Oregon, which I think some of you guys have that same situation. But winning an award like this makes us realize what can we do to be a really strong Oregon company, employ people here, give back to the community. So we appreciate the work that Tao is doing, and onward and upward.
Hello, I am Savannah Loberger with Oregon State with TechStart. TechStart's goal is to see that every Oregon K-12 student has access to high-quality computer science education. We succeed by connecting Oregon's technology sector and funding with educators, schools, and organizations to enhance teacher training and student activities focused on computer science, information technology, and engineering. I am excited to be with you this afternoon to announce the finalists and the winner in the Accelerate category, sponsored by Silicon Valley Bank. And the finalists are Avicor, a global collaborative displays company who is leading the way in creating interactive solutions that enable people to communicate and collaborate more effectively together. CrowdStreet, an online real estate investing platform that gives individual investors direct access to commercial real estate investment opportunities, allowing them to review, compare, and choose the deals that meet their own investment criteria. And Gear Up Sports, a uniform and fan gear provider simplifying the process of buying gear so you have more time to play. Congratulations to all of our finalist companies. And the winner is CrowdStreet. Congratulations.
I'd like to thank you to the TAO and also to Silicon Valley Bank, sponsor for this honor and privilege. Back in 2013, when Darren Powderly, my co-founder, approached me with his vision to democratize access to investing in commercial real estate, I thought I loved the big idea, but trying to transform an offline and very closed industry, which is the third largest in our country, is fraught with huge challenges. We're fortunate to find team members around Portland to join us on this journey and to set out on our mission, which is to deliver the best online real estate investing experience, making it easier for individual investors to achieve smarter diversification. On this path to reaching our mission, we've faced a lot of adversity and challenges, and it's been no more apparent than the last 6 months. I've seen firsthand what it enabled our team to persevere and reach new heights. And what it was is it's our 4 core values here at CrowdStreet. It's empowering people who seek challenges and encourage all perspectives. It's challenging convention every day. We like to question norms. We take risks. We reward innovation. And then we have a relentless focus on quality, and we strive to deliver the best results. And ultimately, we're striving to having meaningful impact, not just on our customers and our communities, but each other. So I am really accepting this award on behalf of the 90 team members here at CrowdStreet who have made this possible and who work tirelessly and uphold the core values of CrowdStreet to make it possible. So again, thank you to my team. Thank you to the TAO and everybody in the Oregon technology community who's definitely helped us over the last 6 years for this accomplishment.
Hello, I'm Deron Coles, Executive Director of the Blueprint Foundation, one of the community partners who participated in last year's Breaking the Code on Hackathon. The Blueprint Foundation is a workforce development nonprofit that uses hands-on training, multi-generational mentoring, and civic engagement to prepare Black youth for careers in the green sector. It's an honor to be with you today to announce the finalists and winner in the growth category, sponsored by JPMorgan Chase. And the finalists are Jama Software, the leading solution for requirements, risk, and test management. ShareID, who helps leading brands create instant trust in a digital world. And Zapru, a pioneer in developing cloud-based e-discovery software for corporate legal departments. Congratulations to all of the finalist companies. And the winner is ShareID.
Congratulations to Toolbelt, Eclipsium, 4eyes, CrowdStreet, and ShareID. And congratulations to all of you for sitting through the mute, the unmute, the live stream, the non-live stream. We appreciate everybody leaning into these tech challenges as we're all navigating this for the first time together. Innovation at its finest, right, y'all? Whew, all right, let's get back on track. So, last year, TAO started engaging stakeholders and elected officials about the resiliency of our region. The COVID era has brought that topic to the forefront as we've hosted over 40 conversations online since mid-March on what resilience means for businesses, government, and community. I am super excited to introduce our second keynote for the afternoon, who will help us continue that conversation with a focus on how the Pacific Northwest is poised to lead the way for technology innovation in the wake of COVID. Please join me in welcoming Vice President and Chief Evangelist with Amazon Web Services, Jeff Barr.
All right, hello, this is Jeff Barr coming to you from Seattle. It probably like Portland, it's incredibly windy and rainy here right now, but I will not let that stop me. Super happy to be invited to speak to you all today. Would like to offer my congratulations to all of the winners. I wasn't actually able to watch the live stream because I've been on standby here, but congratulations to all of the awesome winners. I've been to Oregon many times in my capacity with AWS to speak to startups, and always love to hear startups and their stories and all the amazing things that they're inventing and the problems that they're solving. Okay, so I was asked to kind of talk a little bit about our world today as it is and where we are, where we're going, how to think about it. And after talking to family and friends and colleagues and so forth, wow, it just really seems like everything around us has just seemingly kind of changed, right? We things that we thought we could just totally count on, you know, from breathing on up. The first act that we would do after we're born is suddenly something that is different than before and something fraught with risk and peril, and the sense of everything changing and the ground beneath our feet being a bit unstable, really unsettling for all of us, I think. And you know, people that were just little bit aware of what's happening, they're like, wow, what's going on? What can we count on? What's the same? What's different? What are the constants? What are the variables? I've been looking at this. I
I've always enjoyed thinking about businesses and systems in an evolutionary style. And for the most part, when we think about evolution in the natural world, it happens over eons, and we never get to really see the details of the evolutionary forces. We don't get to see the mutations. We don't get to see the results of the systems responding and who survives, and what works, what didn't work. To me, we're in this time of just very rapid, very forced evolution in a personal sense, in a business sense, in a organizational sense. Every way you can look at it, we had all these interesting ways that we thought about the future. We thought, well, things could change. There might be a different way to do it in the future. But we really thought, well, we've got a little bit of leisure. We can do these at our own speed as we think it's appropriate. Suddenly we have no choice, and we simply have to literally adapt in order to survive. I never ever would downplay how difficult, how challenging, how horrible this is. But at the same time, being someone who tries real hard to be optimistic and to support others, I absolutely for sure see that, yep, we've got this chaos, but at the same time, perhaps there's some opportunity here, and not just in the business opportunity sense, but how do we change, in a sense, who we are and how we think about the world and how we do things. Certainly can't cover all of that in the next 5 minutes or so, but here's just a couple of things that have worked really well for me. I've been collecting these up over the last 6 months or so, thinking them as personal best practices, thinking really hard that we really have to have an absolute overdose of empathy and understanding. Are we connected really well to the emotional state of ourselves, to our friends, and to our family? If you're the one that people come to for support and for reassurance, are we knowing when we can actually deliver that? As all these changes are happening, do we have the personal resilience it's going to take that these changes, some good, some bad, some really difficult, can we absorb them? Can we internalize them? But can we say, okay, it happened. We're going to come back stronger than ever before, if possible. In the face of all this change, can we be agile? It's very, very easy to be very comfortable and to think about the past and everything was great and static and we thought everything was settled in. Well, that's gone. We need to be really open and flexible to dealing with change. We have to relish it. We have to jump at the chance to move into the future, find this as an interesting challenge, and find it somewhat actually motivating and energizing to say, okay, the world is changing. I want to change along with it. And maybe I want to actually help to encourage and drive that change. With so many of us now working from home and working remotely in shifting time, shifting location, I think that communication is more important than ever before. We no longer get the advantage of being in physical proximity to our friends and family and colleagues. We need to be awesome at communicating. We need to make sure we can articulate our point remotely, in a video, in a presentation, in an email, in a message, as well as we might once have done in person. So communication to me is even more important than ever before. I think we need to become really, really awesome early adopters. We are going to see, we've already seen, I'm going to share just a couple examples soon. We're seeing that people and businesses and every kind of organization, they are trying new kinds of things. They are saying, well, the old way didn't work. We're now in this forced evolutionary mode. Let's think really hard, come up with a couple different possible ways that we can move forward. I think in tech, we're often receptive to change. We're often agile. I think we should all be really excited about this challenge to be early adopters. I think we should be really excited about willing to try something new, but also try to say, can we be an incredibly useful and valuable early adopter? So we step into some new business and they're trying something new and different. At first, we're like, oh, this isn't the way you did it before, but recognize them that they're in this incredibly difficult situation, figure out, okay, well, I see that some things are different, some things are better, some are not. Give them some awesome feedback, cut them some extra slack, If there's something you really, really like about what they're doing, okay, give them a lot of encouragement so that they actually know that this existential experiment that they're conducting is actually working. So be that early adopter, be a great source of feedback and maybe even encouragement for them. I think with a lot of us now working remotely, working from home, self-motivation, always a good thing to have, but more important than ever before. So how do we get up at a regular time? How do we maintain our calendars, our to-do lists? How do we get all of our things done in the while everything is unsteady and challenging and subject to change, and we're not necessarily in proximity to our colleagues, we can kind of slack a bit. How do we keep ourselves motivated to keep on moving forward? And last, we're all in tech. How are we going to use tech to actually help us to move forward? I'm now realizing, for example, that a lot of my once travel that I did has been replaced with streaming video from my home desktop. Well, 6 months ago, you could use your laptop camera, you could have bad lighting, you could have a bad setup. Seems to me within the course of the last 6 months, we've kind of raised our standards a bunch, where the expectation is you should be able to do some professional quality video from your home desktop. The way I think about this, we once all in business, we probably all had to be proficient in some kind of a presentation tool, probably PowerPoint or Keynote. Now we need to be actually proficient with generating and streaming video and using some of the live video studio software that is out there. We need to be really good with video, with sound, and with light, and with green screens and presentation. We do that, and we're going to be able to go from the working from home as the poor substitute for being at the office to we can actually do something more awesome from home than maybe we could do when in our office, because we've got more control of our surroundings and of our environment. So I would really encourage you to say, what can I do to use tech as my advantage at this point? And how can I share myself better? How can I make sure that every time I'm on video with my colleagues, that it isn't some grainy, badly lit affair, that it's something that's actually a high production quality, and I'm kind of taking advantage of all this awesome tech that I have available. So to me, these are just a few of the personal best practices that I'm trying really hard to adapt myself and to encourage in others. And wrapping up, these are just a couple really simple examples of evolution in action I've seen. I was on Vashon Island this past weekend, and one of the restaurants there, they're offering bottled cocktails to go. Now, for some bizarre reason, they can only do this in a 1.5 serving. I don't know if that's the units of liquid that they have, or if that's due to some regulation. But they said, well, we can't do it on premises. We want to give something awesome to our customers. Let's quickly evolve and adapt and make this offering. Here in Seattle, we see that a number of streets have been temporarily repurposed and rezoned as outdoor eating areas. We'll see how long this actually lasts in the face of all the rain and wind that's suddenly shown up. But restaurants couldn't offer interior on-premises dining. Okay, take over the streets. Last one, personal little favorite of mine, local bands. Local bands love to perform. They love to have the energy that they generate and that they take from a live audience. Can't do that anymore. My personal favorite local band, Nightwave, they've been live streaming. That's okay. They do their best to connect and interact with the audience. Well, it turns out that this the little carve out in the rules for performers, while maintaining social distancing, they're able to invite 2 people from the same household to their next live performance. Well, to do that, they said, let's offer a golden ticket, put it up for auction. I took this picture just a few minutes before my presentation, and it's already gone up to well over $500. I think that these are all really simple. None of these are rocket science. None of these that took any great leap forward of technology. But every one of these organizations said, the world has changed. Let's invent something new. Let's figure out a way to adapt and evolve and move forward. My challenge to all of you listening, figure out what you can do similar to this and adapt and move forward on your own. If you do something like that, would love to hear what you've done. Send me a description, send me a picture, send me a tweet. And with that, again, thank you so much for watching. It's been a real pleasure to prepare for this and to present to you. And with that, I shall sign off. Greetings again from Seattle. Bye-bye.
Jeff, on behalf of our audience and the entire TAO community, I want to thank you for being with us today. It's now time to move on to our final company award categories of the afternoon, starting with the momentum category.
Hello, my name is Ingrid DeSantos, and I'm the Digital Inclusion Program Associate at Free Geek. Free Geek is an Oregon e-cycler and a tech refurbisher who seeks to sustainably reuse tech and address the digital divide by taking tech out of our streets and getting it back into the hands of community members who are historically underserved and underprivileged. I'm here to announce the finalist and winner in the Momentum category, sponsored by Roth Capital Partners. And the finalists are Logical Position, a full-service digital marketing agency offering pay-per-click and social media marketing, search engine optimization, website design, and graphic design. And Ruby, whose live virtual receptionists and chat specialists build meaningful connections that make for happy customers who make successful businesses. Congratulations to both of the finalist companies. And the winner is Ruby.
Thank you all so much for this wonderful honor, and congratulations to our fellow finalists, Logical Position, on all of their amazing work this past year. This is a special week for Ruby, made even more special by this award because we are celebrating our annual Space Kitten Peace Party, which will help explain my attire here. This is a yearly tradition at Ruby, and it is a vital part of our culture, but it's also an outward expression of the creativity and innovation, as well as the community and heart at Ruby. Each year we dig into our closets and we combine old Halloween costumes, bed sheets, even kitchen utensils to create these amazingly original costumes. And the same enthusiasm and drive is really what has enabled us to be recognized for this award. When COVID hit us in March, we actually knew that our small business customers were facing some tough challenges. And the Ruby team came together to not only move 600 team members to remote work environments, something we've actually never done before, but we also fast-track features that would actually help our customers, like moving to 24/7 service, and our services, HR team, technology departments, we all came together to meet an increasing and changing call volume. And we also came together, what we found was a big change in the need for how we were staffing. And Ruby ended up hiring in the last 90 days over 177 new employees. And stay tuned, because in the coming weeks, we'll actually have some additional news on how we're further expanding our services to support all of our small business customers. Ruby has had to redefine what it meant to create community. And again, Space Kitty is one of the ways that we do that. And the Ruby team has actually come together to find very unique ways to translate our community and our culture online, including not only doing more day-to-day communications with our employees through office hours with leaderships, but every Thursday we have our 2 p.m. dance parties, as well as a wellness campaign that is actually dedicated to making our employees' work from home experiences as comfortable as possible. But we don't stop there. It's also about our customers. And so we also launched a business unusual video program this year to help us connect business owners and with all the subject matter they need to survive what has been a pretty chaotic 2020. So I just want to again thank everyone, TAO specifically, because human connections right now are so important, and I feel personally very fortunate and proud to lead a team that is innovating around all of those personal connections and all the positivity that is just critical in our communities today. So thank you again, everyone.
So thank you to Kate. It's gonna be really tough, I think, to follow that act with Post and Space. We have Jake Weatherly on standby from Sheer ID. He's been instrumental in helping us to grow our Southern Willamette Valley presence, and he's been an active participant in a lot of our work down there, including helping to lead the advisory board there. Jake is getting set up now, and he's going to be able to say a few words in just a short while here. And we also are excited to move on to the next portion of the event. But in the meantime, I wanted to give a little bit of a shout out to Jake and his team and the work that they've done for us, and especially helping Sally Bell, who's our new lead for our Southern Willamette Valley office, kind of get up to speed. So without further ado, I want to have Jake take it away. Jake? Speed. So without further ado, I want to have Jake take it away. Jake?
Hey everybody, wow, thank you so much. This is an incredible honor for Sheer ID to be recognized as Company of the Year in the growth category. Cheers. I'd like to first thank each and every one at Sheer ID. I'm so proud of the culture that we create together, and we work so hard each and every day. We prize respect for one another, integrity, speed, and empathy. Taken together, these words spell rise. It is undoubtedly the reason we reach new heights every year. Thank you.
Hello, I am Lindsay Dixon, a summer intern at Workforce Southwest Washington. Workforce Southwest Washington is a workforce development council for Clark, Cowlitz, and Waukegan counties. It is an honor to be with you today to announce the finalists in the winner in the enterprise category, sponsored by the GOLA Grand Million Group at Morgan Stanley. And the finalists are Lee Venture, who anticipates dealerships' digital needs and provides instructionally leading solutions to keep the online presence of their clients at optimal level for driving leads. Taxstar, developer and supplier of advanced intra-optical, tactical, and enterprise communication systems for organizations with complex communication requirements. ZoomInfo, leading provider of company and contact intelligence, used by well-funded organizations to drive sales, marketing, and recruiting activities. Congratulations to all the finalist companies, and the winner is ZoomInfo.
Thank you so much. I'm Henry Schuck, the CEO and founder of ZoomInfo, or you might have known us in previous years as Discover.org. An incredibly exciting year for our company, and I'm hopeful that you felt the energy in June when we IPO'd as the largest software IPO in a decade. And if you think, I think just a few years ago here, we were in the growth category as well. So it feels really great to have been able to build this company in the Portland metro area. You were right across the river in Vancouver, Washington. And we're really proud to be a part of this community. And years ago when we were building the company, I said it would be an incredible accomplishment if we could build $100 million software company in the Portland metro area. And when we hit 100 million, we said it would be really incredible if we could build a $200 million company, if we could IPO a company that really said something about the region and told people outside the region that you could build a big, strong, growing, profitable software company here, and that you don't need to be in San Francisco or Boston or Austin or New York or Chicago to do that, but that we have this strong technology community and that you could spur real innovation here. And so we've been so proud to be able to do that in this community with all of you. And I wanted to take a second and talk about one of the ways that I used to feel when I was an entrepreneur, when the company was smaller and we were growing. And I think it's a feeling that every entrepreneur feels. And it was as we continued to grow our business and we grew it profitably, I remember meeting other entrepreneurs, all of the members of the TAO. And I remember talking to them and hearing about their growing businesses and always thinking about our business and all of the places in the business that things weren't going very well, where maybe marketing wasn't executing that month, or sales wasn't, or engineering was broken, or product management wasn't doing what I thought it should be doing. And feeling like, oh my goodness, it would be so great to be your growing business. You guys must be doing so great. And it must be so great to come in and kick your feet up and have your business grow. And it took me time to realize that every business has these trouble spots in their businesses. There are things going wrong in every one of our businesses every single day. And I think our jobs as entrepreneurs, if we want to continue to grow our businesses, is to come in every day, find those areas and become best in class in them. And then over and over and over, find those next areas in our businesses to become best in class in them. And I feel lucky that the business that we operate helps clients find their next best customer. It does that through data and technology and insights that empower today over 16,000 go-to-market teams, sales teams, and marketing teams who are working hard every day, especially during this pandemic, to find their next client. So we're incredibly proud to be in the Pacific Northwest and especially in Portland. We're so proud that we've been able to build this company to what it is today. And I challenge every one of the entrepreneurs on this call to hang, when we're done with the award ceremony, go run at those issues in your business, tackle them, and then tackle the next one and the next one. And don't worry, every single one of us have those issues in our business that we're tackling today as well. So thank you so much for this award. I really appreciate it. And all of our employees really appreciate being a part of this community.
Hello, I'm Marcus Carter, the board president of Portland Workforce Alliance. Portland Workforce Alliance creates engaging experiences for high school students to explore future careers. All of our programs are done in collaboration with industry partners and employer volunteers. I'd like to highlight our Girls of Color cohort. This is a series of career visits, talks, and workshops aimed at introducing young women of color in high school to Portland's tech industry. Now, I'm excited to be with you this afternoon to introduce the finalists and winner in the non-headquartered category. And the finalists are CloudBolt Software, empowering IT with control and agility, and developers with self-service in the cloud era. Invoice Pay, enabling AP teams to pay all supplier invoices in a single automated workflow without keeping track of payment instructions or going through a complicated ERP integration. And Viewpoint, the market leader in cloud ERP, project management, and mobile field tools for the construction industry. Congratulations to all the finalist companies. And the winner is Viewpoint.
All right, wow. This is my first virtual award ceremony, and it's been exciting. My dog just celebrated by going crazy about 30 seconds ago. They've been quiet for a couple hours. Well, we're extremely honored to be recognized as TAO's 2020 winner for the non-headquartered technology company. Excuse me. And I'm honored to accept it on behalf of our 400 plus employees in Oregon and Washington and more than 800 worldwide. You might not be aware that Viewpoint was founded all the way back in 1976 as Advanced Business Computers, ABC. Of course, back then you'd name your company based on where it would fall in the yellow pages, so it was a little bit different. But it's been an exciting 44 years since then. But one constant has been Viewpoint's position as a pioneer and leader in construction management software. And 2 years ago, we were also honored to be named as TAO's Enterprise Company of the Year. In that same year, we were acquired by Bay Area Trimble. As part of Trimble, we're now able to bring technology that was born right here in Portland to a broader global stage. And our new goal is to deliver on Trimble's ambition to transform how the world works. Closer to home, I'd like to thank every company, attendee, and TAO for creating a vibrant and thriving technology environment in Oregon and, of course, Southwest Washington. This is a great place to live and work, regardless of the challenges that we're all currently working through and overcoming. We're excited to see what the future holds. Thank you.
Hi there, I'm Rihanna Mungeon.
And I'm Mickey Demeter, and we serve on the board for PDX-WIT, Portland Women in Technology.
PDX-WIT exists to create a diverse and inclusive tech space. We empower women, non-binary, and underrepresented people to join and stay in tech. We were honored to receive the TAO People's Choice Award back in 2018. And we're incredibly excited to be with you this afternoon to announce the finalists and the winner in the People's Choice category, sponsored by Delta Airlines.
Established in 2018, the People's Choice Award recognizes an individual, a company, project, or program that best exemplifies the spirit of Oregon and Southwest Washington technology community. All of the finalists were nominated by a member of the regional community for their bold entrepreneurship, innovation, and ability to build community. And the finalists are
Dax the robot isn't just a delivery robot. He's been crafted to engage fellow sidewalk travelers as well as deliver tasty food and beverages. In addition, he's electric, quiet, reduces traffic congestion, smiles politely at other pedestrians, and moves out of the way for wheelchair users and parents with strollers. Innovative, friendly, polite. And he's from a small town. How Oregon is that?
Free Geek was founded on a unique circular model which points to existing societal problems. Excess electronic waste in need of sustainable reuse and recycling, and the lack of basic digital access among vulnerable populations. Back at each other to reveal innovative solutions.
Invent Oregon is the only prototyping competition for Oregon College and university students from all disciplines. Invent Oregon awards over $80,000 in grants and prizes to students, inventors, and entrepreneurs who use technology to reinvent the future and solves today's most pressing problems.
Jeff Petrie is always thinking about ways to make Eugene more accessible and inclusive with technology. He utilizes creative technology to engage with the community in innovative ways. Through the Smart City program, Jeff is one of the City of Eugene's leaders, working to create a plan that aligns with community values with smart city tools such as mobility, parking, traffic management, and navigation, and urban planning.
Congratulations to all of the finalists.
And the winner is Free Geek.
Thank you so much to Kara, Skip, Riley, and the whole TAO team. I'm really thrilled to be accepting this award on behalf of Free Geek. Our staff and volunteers and community have been hard at work for about 20 years, but especially since the beginning of COVID. They've been putting in Herculean efforts, often with very little reward. So this means a whole lot to us. I feel absolutely humbled and grateful to represent such a wonderful organization, our staff, our board, our community. They are all my heroes. Earlier this week, I was discussing turning points with one of my personal heroes, our sales manager, Juan. And he shared with me this moment in his life when he decided he wanted to do something bigger, something better, and something more true to his core. And that moment for him was when he was sleeping outside with his mom and his siblings. For me, my turning point came when I was in college and I didn't know how to type and I didn't have a computer, and our computer lab shut down the day before all my final papers were due. For me, that was a big deal because I was working 2 jobs, trying to make my way through school, and I wound up dropping out for the first time. Each day at Free Geek, we're working hard to solve the digital divide. That divide is largely created by public policy and systemic issues. The digital divide is systemic. It's not an individual problem. It's not something that one person faces alone. It's a problem that our systems have created. Today, we learned that public policy will allow the killers of Breonna Taylor to walk free, and these issues are indelibly connected. Oregon has work to do in digital inclusion, and there are systemic racist reasons that most of those that Free Geek serves are members of the BIPOC community. I know that together we can include everyone in our digital future, and I also know that if we each stand up and behave courageously, doing the things that we know that we need to do, we can solve systemic racism in our country. My team will keep working hard every day and attempting to give every human who needs it the technology so that they can connect and become a part of our digital future. But I also want to ask each of you to engage meaningfully in the society that we need to build. We need your help to solve the underlying systemic issues that allow these problems to persist in our community and beyond. Thank you so much for this honor. We take it very, very seriously, and you're all a vital part of our work. Be well, and thanks again.
Recent graduate of Cottage Grove High School in rural Cottage Grove, Oregon. I've been working with Connected Lane County for 2 years. First as a student member of the Computer Science Advisory Board, and then they paired me with a virtual internship at Intel. And this summer I've been working with a mentor to build a full-body haptic virtual reality suit. I'm off to Oregon State in a few weeks to study computer science. Connected Lane County is a local nonprofit striving to create student success in Lane County by creating opportunities to increase the relevance for each learner to connect to their lives beyond graduation. We are so lucky to have them in our community. I'm excited to be with you this afternoon to announce the finalists and the winner in the most disruptive category, sponsored by LPC West. And the finalists are Eclipsium, the leading enterprise firmware and hardware protection platform, providing a new layer of security to protect laptops, servers, and network devices from firmware attacks. And Light, the global leader in high-power semiconductor and fiber lasers for industrial, microfabrication, aerospace, and defense applications. Packstar, the leading developer and supplier of advanced, interoperable tactical and enterprise communication systems for organizations and complex communications requirements. And finally, the wild and immersive collaboration platform for teams to experience their work together from anywhere in virtual and augmented reality.
All right, thanks, Chelsea. I know y'all are probably confused how Mohan did not make that list, and neither did technical difficulties, but we have 4 really great companies, and judging for this award is now in your hands. So here's how this is gonna work. Each finalist has 2 minutes, which means no more than 120 seconds to present and win your audience vote. We'll go in alphabetical order, and following the final video, we'll put up a text to vote number on the screen. It will absolutely not be, Skip, what is it? We'll get there. So you have your phones ready, because following all 4 videos, it'll be time to vote. Here we go.
Historically, security products have looked for risks and threats at the level of applications. However, in every device, this software layer depends on a largely unseen and unsecured layer of hardware and firmware. This critical layer is rarely scanned for vulnerabilities, is often difficult to patch, and if compromised, can easily subvert traditional security controls. This can allow attackers to disable critical devices completely, or use them to silently persist within an organization even after the machine has been re-imaged. In some cases, these attacks have even compromised devices in the hardware supply chain before the device is even delivered to the enterprise. Most importantly, this is true for all enterprise devices, from the ubiquitous corporate laptop, to the servers in our data centers, to the very switches, routers, and firewalls at the heart of our networks. This unguarded attack surface has not gone unnoticed by attackers, with a new wave of attacks shifting to target the weak firmware underbelly of the enterprise. Eclipsium changes that by introducing a new layer of enterprise security that verifies the integrity of all firmware and detects hardware implants and backdoors and other device-level compromises. The solution can also be used to ensure that new devices have not been compromised in the supply chain or that employee devices have not been compromised during travel. Eclipsium begins by managing your firmware attack surface. This includes scanning for outdated firmware, scanning for firmware vulnerabilities, and missing device protections. In the end, Eclipsium brings hardware and firmware security into the modern age for any enterprise, giving teams flexibility and control over their attack surface and real-time proactive protection from threats. Contact us at info@eclipsium.com to learn more and schedule a live demonstration.
Hi, I'm Scott Keeney, CEO and co-founder of nLight, a semiconductor and fiber laser manufacturer. We founded nLight 18 years ago with a vision that semiconductor lasers would improve at an exponential rate, similar to Moore's Law, and open up new markets as lasers displaced legacy technologies. Over the past almost 2 decades, our team has been dedicated to this vision. We founded nLight with the conception that semiconductor lasers would scale power by combining multiple single emitters. In fact, the N in our name stands for integer. We're a little nerdy. Today we have a deep, vertically integrated technology base supported by over 200 patents, and indeed we're seeing markets multiply. Our revenue has grown consistently and rapidly, over 30% compound annual growth rate over the last 4 years, while our industry has grown about 20% a year. Cutting metal is just one of the many applications that we enable with our lasers. These are videos of multi-kilowatt lasers cutting both quickly and with great precision. It is noteworthy that these examples are applications that were not addressable when we started nLight. But as semiconductor and fiber lasers have improved in both performance and cost, we've exploited these trends in applications where laser photons can be used to precisely transfer energy and cut metal. It is still remarkable to see how a laser light source can cut through over 1-inch thick metal.
PacStar's technology has been driven by our in-depth understanding of our customers' mission-critical needs. Our software and hardware products are designed to enhance communications for incident response teams, government organizations, commercial customers, and the U.S. military in rugged, remote locations around the world.
PacStar solutions have revolutionized communications on the battlefield. We've engineered products with the smallest size, weight, and power that are rugged, reliable, modular, and easy to use, so our customers can hit the ground running. With IQ Core software, it takes seconds to accomplish what used to take hours. Better mobility with seamless coordination means increased safety and mission success.
With PacStar's products, quality is built in. We do rigorous testing through every step of our manufacturing process to ensure reliability. We build products locally using US-based and Northwest suppliers, but our customers are around the world. U.S. military and government agency programs operating in 24 countries have adopted our solutions as their standard.
Our products are truly transformational. We enable the use of smartphones and mobile devices for classified communications on the battlefield for the first time. By combining our advanced hardware and software into integrated, secure wireless solutions, we dramatically enhance warfighters' situational awareness, increasing mission success and saving lives. And we're just getting started.
All right, you've seen the videos and now it's time to vote. You will text the number of your choice for most disruptive to 503-683-8585. Will it be Eclipsium, Enlight, Hackstar, or The Wild? And I'm getting some instructions in my ear that if it's Eclipsium, you vote 1. If it is, oh, it's on the screen, great. Enlight is 2, Hackstar is 3, and The Wild is 4. You have 1 minute, so start voting now. And that concludes our voting. Put your phone down. All right, we are ready. Let's see who you selected as the winner of the 2020 Most Disruptive Technology of the Year. Skip, I'm going to invite you to provide me with a drum roll.
I don't have any drumsticks.
You don't have drumsticks, that's gonna be a challenge. And the winner of the 2020 Most Disruptive Award is Hackstar. Congratulations. And now we're going to wait for Peggy Miller to join us and accept this award, because this one did happen live.
Cal, thank you so much for this award. I'm blown away. We love what we've created. It's mission critical communications, but to win in this environment, real time, it's just, it's mind boggling. Thank you so much. And I know every employee at Packstar is so proud that you voted us this honor.
Thank you, Peggy. Congrats. Before we move to the presentation of the Sam Blackman Award, we want to thank some of the people who helped to make this event happen. Thank you to the Tech Awards event chair from JLL, Eric Turner. From Moss Adams, our awards chair, Blair Minetti. Our awards committee chairs, Juan Barraza, Ryan Bennett, Rod Clark, Bonnie Crawford, Mary Hull, Laura Kubisiak, Miguel Sosa, Scott Thompson, and of course, Jane Ullman. And to the many volunteers who helped make this event so phenomenal, and the team at TAO, especially Riley O'Brien. And of course, thanks again to all of our sponsors, especially JLL and Regents Blue Cross Blue Shield. It's my pleasure to introduce co-presenting sponsor Kayla Wardenberg, Vice President of JLL's Tenant Representation Technology Practice.
Hi, I'm Kayla Wardenberg, Vice President and Tenant Advisor at JLL. It's been hard to believe a year has gone by since the last TAO Awards, and what a crazy year it's been. Last year, I had the honor of introducing Scott Keeney, CEO and co-founder of Enlight, as the 2019 winner, and it is a privilege to be able to recognize the recipient of this year's Sam Blackman Award. With an established record of building businesses and strengthening finances through a series of executive-level management positions, Peggy Miller was recruited to Packstar in 2007. Initially responsible for overseeing the company's finances, in June 2009, Peggy was promoted to Chief Operating Officer. And in January 2015, she was promoted again to Chief Executive Officer. In 2018, Peggy successfully led a major recapitalization of Packstar, wherein its long-time venture capital investor shares were repurchased, and Endeavor Capital, the prominent Portland, Oregon private equity fund, took a leading position. This recapitalization has positioned Packstar for continued growth and expansion. Let's learn more about our 2020 Sam Blackman Award winner.
I've never dwelt on being a woman. I've always tried to succeed as a person. You should try to succeed in the best qualities no matter what your gender, what your age, what you undertake in life. I started out trying to support a family on a minimum wage job, and at that time I could not apply to be even a supervisor of the group because I was a woman. And so it set in my mind that I wanted to make a pathway that I could chart my own course in life. You know, the challenge was there, and I intended to succeed. I've always been in tech. Even when I started out in public accounting, my clients were technology companies, and I've been in various technology companies over time. Packstar, well, we do advanced communications, primarily for the U.S. military, but for anybody who needs to operate communications in rugged, infrastructure-starved environments. So the company creates hardware, we do software to manage that hardware, and then we also do complicated integrated solutions.
One of the things that really makes Peggy stand out as leader for Packstar is she is not only unafraid to take risks, I would say she's afraid not to take risks. She's been an unwavering champion of innovation at Packstar, knowing that in the technical business, you have to continue to innovate or else you'll fall behind your competitors.
She's just always been busy, motivated. There would be a position, I can't remember which one it was, that she left after a few years and didn't stay on. I said, well, why did you do that? Why did you leave that? And she said, I'd done everything that I intended to do there. And so she was looking for the next challenge.
She never give up. I mean, she has so much energy. And I think one thing about Peggy is she, once you set up a goal, she will try to achieve it, doesn't matter what it takes.
She allows us to manage our business, to do the things that we need to do individually to be successful, but also does it in a way that brings us as a management team together. And so she's looking for us and encouraging us to get together, whether it's as an executive team or even within our individual organizations, to make sure that we agree collaboratively that we're making the right decisions.
You know, Peggy has this success formula. And what she says is that the success of this company stands on 3 pillars: exceptional teamwork, exceptional product, and exceptional customer service. She has made that happen because when people work together and they give their best, they bring out the best. That's the vision of Packstar and vision of Peggy.
So Peggy has enabled Packstar and myself to be involved in the community by being a big supporter of a variety of community programs, whether that's Northwest Cyber Camp or whether that's her work in supporting girls in STEM.
There's a couple of things that are very close to my heart. One of them is the sponsorship that Packstar does of Northwest Cyber Camp. This is a camp for youth to learn about cybersecurity and the awesome field and really interesting and exciting field that can be. I think tech keeps evolving. So it's interesting, exciting, it's new, it's different. It isn't the same old thing year after year. In fact, I'd say every year here at Packstar has been different. And I'm so excited about all the changes and evolution in the technology environment that enrich our lives.
Peggy, congratulations on this well-deserved award.
I think it's so well-deserved. I would probably give her a big hug, and Peggy, I think, you know, what we've achieved here over the last 10, 12 years is just amazing. And I'm very proud of you, and I'm proud of what we've done together.
Okay. Congratulations, Peggy. You deserve it. Your hard work paid off.
Peggy, congratulations for winning the Sam Blackman Award this year. Well deserved. What you have done with Packstar was really amazing.
Mom, I can't tell you how impressive it's been to watch you over your career. I'm very, very proud of you. We all love you very much, and you watch after us and guide us every day, and I love you. Congratulations.
I had the honor of co-hosting an event with Peggy earlier this year and greatly admire her commitment to the mentorship of up-and-coming stars in the technology industry, especially younger women. So it's my privilege to be the first to officially congratulate our 2020 Sam Blackman Award winner, Peggy Miller, Chief Executive Officer and Director, for not only her leadership of Packstar, but for her promotion of STEM and the inspiration she provides to girls and younger women as they consider careers in technology. Congratulations, Peggy.
Hi, everybody. I'm so privileged and honored to be here tonight. First, I'd like to congratulate all of the companies that were either finalists or award winners. It's so exciting to see them here and to see our vibrant tech community here in Portland and Southwest Washington and all of Oregon. I am honored to be this year's recipient of the TAO Sam Blackman Award. Sam was an amazing man, and I'm sorry he isn't here to see how important his leadership has meant to our tech community. As you heard in the video, when I started my journey in business, women were not even promoted to even the lowest supervisory positions, and they certainly weren't considered to be CEO material. So it's truly mind-blowing to me to be receiving this award as Packstar's Chief Executive Officer. For those of you who don't know my background, and you heard a little bit on the video, I started out in public accounting, and we had a handful of tech companies here in Oregon. And I even went out and joined one. I was so excited. And I fell in love with technology and technology companies. I loved the excitement and, quite honestly, the terror of figuring out how to be innovative, how to outcompete others, and how to grow and sustain a business. But I didn't get here on my own. I've had lots of mentors who have encouraged me along the way, giving me opportunities to succeed and grow and leading to my next career advancements. I would also like to acknowledge the passing of Ruth Bader Ginsburg. She was a giant in her field. She broke the legal ground that made it possible for women to succeed on an equal basis. I owe her a huge debt for my career. I've always had the respect and support of our exceptional Packstar board members, officers, and employees as we made our journey together to build what I consider to be an outstanding company. Our customers rely on our products literally for their lives. It's an awesome responsibility to deliver mission-critical communications to remote operating environments. We built this company on 3 core values: quality products, outstanding customer service, and teamwork. And we've done so ethically. We also endeavor to treat our suppliers with the same level of respect and ethical dealing as we give our customers. And we strive to give back to our community to build a better future for us all. But employees don't treat your suppliers, your customers, or our community well if they are not themselves treated well, which is what we work to do each and every day. I can say we are especially mindful, and all of us need to be mindful of the challenges our employees are facing in this COVID-19 environment. I think the stresses are sometimes unimaginable. I recently was asked what the definition of an entrepreneur is. My answer was An entrepreneur has a vision of something that doesn't yet exist and is willing to take risks to make that vision a reality. Our wonderful team at PacStar had a vision for smaller, lighter, more portable, more tactical communication systems managed by a single common software interface. While it seems intuitively obvious to us today, when we started on this quest, it really was a missionary sail. My own personal vision for PacStar was to have our hardware, our IQ Core software, and our integrated solutions embedded throughout the US military. With each major new program win, we're moving relentlessly closer to our goal. So to the TAO Selection Committee, I sincerely appreciate this honor. To our superb TAO organization and all its members, keep working together on our common goals to let technology transform our society for the better, ensuring that we do so diversely and inclusively. To my family, my wonderful husband, Gil, and our 7 children, Wendy, Mark, Michael, Diana, Marlo, Stephanie, and Megan, thank you for letting me be me and for loving me, notwithstanding that I don't bake cookies for the school fundraiser. And to all the PacStar employees, thank you for honoring and respecting me as your leader. You truly rock. Thank you all.
Congratulations, Peggy, and thank you for your continued support of the TAO and the up-and-coming technology leaders in our region. You are truly an inspiration to our community. And that's a wrap for the 2020 Oregon Technology Awards. Thank you again to presenting sponsors JLL and Regents Blue Cross Blue Shield and all of our sponsors. We appreciate your generosity in making the virtual awards ceremony possible.
Thank you to everyone who joined us for this afternoon's virtual awards ceremony. We hope to be back in person for the Oregon Technology Awards in September 2021, but until we can meet again in person, on behalf of our entire team, we send our best wishes for your continued health and safety and that of your loved ones. Everybody have a great night.